Tierra Pearson suspected the winter months would mean a sharp surge in coronavirus cases. So the Chicago mother made sure she and her two sons, 7th and 10th graders, were fully vaccinated. "We were going to be prepared," she recalled. But as she kept the TV news on around the clock over much of the last 2 weeks, watching in dismay as leaders of the Chicago Teachers Union and Mayor Lori Lightfoot battled over safety precautions and schools reopening, Pearson felt far from prepared. She felt helpless. "We as parents were totally left out of the conversation," she said. "We had no voice about our schools, and that was truly a shame." As the Omicron variant continues to propel a massive surge in infections that has hit many educators and school staff, parents across the nation are faced with painful deja vu, toggling between virtual and in-person schooling and trying to keep up with constantly evolving district policies. This week the Biden administration announced that it is planning to make 10 million COVID-19 test kits available each month for schools as part of its push to keep classrooms open during this wave of infections, a critical step considering that vaccination rates are lower among children. Overall, 63% of Americans are fully vaccinated, but among children ages 12 to 17 the rate sits at 54% and among those 5 to 11, the rate drops to 17%. In Vermont, 48% of that age group are vaccinated, in California, nearly 19%, and in Mississippi, 5%. But disruptions have occurred and at regular intervals. On average, about 4% of schools across the country, 179 of 98,000 schools, dealt with COVID-19 disruptions such as closures this week, according to Burbio, a K-12 school opening tracker. That's down slightly from 376 schools last week and a fraction of the peak that occurred around Labor Day 2020 when more than 60% of schools were closed, said Dennis Roche, Burbio's co-founder. Most of the closures were in the Northeast and Midwest, but some schools were starting to close in the West and South, Roche said. In Minneapolis, schools will go virtual for 2 weeks starting Friday because of a surge in Omicron cases among teachers. In Louisville, Kentucky, Jefferson County Public Schools shifted to remote learning because of COVID staffing shortages, while in the Portland, Oregon, metro area, school districts moved to remote learning due to surges in cases and teachers being out sick. Across the U.S., students are threatening boycotts and walkouts. The Oakland Unified School District faces such a strike unless it addresses a list of pandemic health and safety concerns.